All right, guys, welcome back to M2 Bricks. Got a pretty exciting update for you guys today. We did finish the expansion project for the table here. As you can see, we really expanded. The train layout is now complete. It runs all the way around the city. Have a nice pop-up there. Also was able to get this road section completed. In addition to that road section, we finished tiling off some other areas. This road section over here, I ran out of some pieces, so got a couple orders in from Bricklink, so I was able to finish the crosswalk over here. Got a couple of freight trains built and put together sort of a makeshift train yard for the time being until I get this table all set up. This is still work in progress. Working on the shopping street currently. Almost done with that actually. Bag 17 of 23, I think. Also working on painting some shelves. Those are just hanging out down there drying out of the way. Those are the small shelves. Those are going to go back in this little area here. As I mentioned in my welcome video, finally got a chance to get those cut. So I'll get those put up probably sometime in the next couple of weeks and get some of those boxes back there emptied out and some of those sets on display. I think after we finish up this modular building, I am going to take a break from Lego City and probably shift to something else. I've never done a lighting kit for a set before, and I've been dying to build the Enterprise D, so I will probably shift gears. I'll do a more in-depth video on that set in particular. That crosses over into one of my other interests. I'm a huge Star Trek fan, have been for many years, and it's really exciting to finally have a Star Trek Lego set. So I'm looking forward to building that one and getting that on display. That'll probably sit over in that same area of shelves for now. And when I get this area finished back here and get all those boxes out of there and get the bigger shelves cut and assembled, that'll probably move over there. Some other big updates around the city. Part of the train track that runs around here. I did do a small incline here so I could get down to table height and then up to my ballast height. This section of the city here is going to become sort of an Arctic, snowy landscape area. That's why I kind of crossed over to white here. So this isn't completely tiled off yet. I haven't completely figured out how I want to do this or what height this is going to end up, or even if this train track is going to be above ground. This is quite possibly going to get buried in some sort of a snowy mountain covered area. So I'm likely going to be redoing this or converting this or grading this down to a lower level so it uses less bricks and plates. So haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do there yet, so I'm just kind of leaving it as is for the time being. I did ballast this the rest of the switch track here. Came out pretty good. I definitely didn't really go along with a standard ballast pattern for this. I kind of just trial and errored it with tiles and plates and, different pieces underneath. I have a couple of, one-offs here that just to kind of keep the same pattern going here. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, I do need a 1x1 plate. Doesn't quite fit there. I don't know if I can get a stud in there or not. I might have to tinker with that a little bit more to get that to fit a little bit better. So I'll have to revisit that. But overall, I think it came out pretty good. So this curve here was certainly a challenge to kind of get this weird sort of zigzag curve, tiled off in the right direction. I did manage to get this curve finally completed and tiled off in its entirety. So this came out really nicely. I did sort of follow a template that I saw from another YouTube user, Bevan's Bricks. I'll tag him below. I did kind of follow his template, and if you want to see exactly how to do this, I'll put a link to his video in the description below. But I think this came out perfect. I did do a little bit different on the underside. I did keep this at my mills plate height. So these are all the 2x2 tiles or plates with just the 2 studs, and then it's a tile on the other side. So I use these all the way through, and I actually have on order some green ones and dark bluish gray for the pinning underneath to keep the track from moving around. But it's very, very solid. It's not going anywhere. I haven't decided what I want to do in this little area here because there's a good bit of space. It's not quite big enough for a park, but if I take another base plate here, I might, cut into the sidewalk and maybe do like a, bike path with some ballards to kind of keep cars from coming in, and do like a small park area here, maybe with like a small lake, something like that, some little water feature or a pond or something. I think that would give this corner some nice detail. I will definitely add some grass detail in this area. I've got various tiles and studs and grass pieces that I'm going to add in here at some point. I think that's pretty much all the updates. I actually really like how the train yard's coming along so far. We got the freight train and cargo trains built here. Those were pretty good builds. I like that this one's got a car carrier, and it actually comes with this cool little feature that has a little ramp here, so you can actually drive the car out and up, and then when it's done, this goes up. So that's pretty cool. Eventually, I'm going to do another switch here so that we get an additional track here. So it's going to be a right-hand switch. So that'll go straight, and then one more track is going to go out this way. And that will basically complete the train yard. I'll try and level these up at the end as best I can. Oceanfront's going to be down here. I'll probably do some sort of a cargo area over here because part of my birthday present, I got the Maersk new container ship. I'll throw a picture in the video right here. So another fun build. Excited to build that one as well. That's not really minifigure / city scale. So I would really like to incorporate that to, build like a dock area over here where, there's cranes and stuff to load and unload cargo, and kind of have that, translate into the rail yard here and then sort of go out into the city. One thing I did notice is coming around this curve, this railing here is only one stud away from the rail, and the passenger train doesn't have a problem with that because it's completely inside the rails, or it ends, inside of this. But the freight trains, at least this one I don't think has a problem. This train actually hangs over by one stud, so when it comes around this corner, right there it catches. So I might have to see if I can stick another flex track section in here to kind of give this a softer turn. I don't know if that's going to work. I'm going to try it and see what we can do to kind of alleviate that. I might have to shift this down one flex track section in order to get this curve to soften up because it's pretty tight right here. And in order for me to fit an additional section in here, I'm going to have to move this back. So I'll have to mess with that in the future to get that figured out. One other thing I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with yet is how I want the roads to kind of end or translate into the sections that are not going to be city or populated. I don't know if I'm gonna shift over to sort of dirt roads, or if it'll be using these road plates, or if it'll, I might, maybe tile over this road plate a little bit, maybe one or two on either side to make sort of a narrower road, but still utilize these because I have a ton of those already. But I also haven't figured out how I'm going to cross over this section of track, or again, if this section of track is actually going to stay here, I might move it down. I might, bury this under some kind of a mountain. Since this section is going to be our Jurassic World, Jurassic Park area, I'm not sure how that entrance is going to look. I don't know if I want the gate to face this way, how this road's going to connect. I haven't quite planned that out yet, so this is going to kind of be a transition section. But yeah, that's pretty much my plan. While we're over here in this little area, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was missing one of these gray rims off of this guy. The set was missing it. And my son was good enough to find one and lend me one of his. Isn't that the sweetest thing ever? So he lent me a spare tire while I was waiting for my replacement part from Lego, and I think that's awesome. So like I said, probably going to take a little bit of a break from the city work for a little bit after I'm done with this building, and move over to the Enterprise D once I get those shelves up, and then I'll do a post on that probably in the next couple weeks. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Also, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Really appreciate the support that you guys have shown me so far. Definitely got some good traction on my latest city updates, so I appreciate that. So keep it coming, and I'll share more as soon as I have some. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.